Hey everyone, I wanted to make this quick video to show you how you can use Jasper, the AI assistant tool, to create your blurb that you could then use for Amazon, Apple, Barnes& Nobles, Google Books and different stores and get a very favorable result. So for those who do not know what a blurb is the description that you would have on your book sales page that would influence people who are interested in that kind of book to take a chance and purchase a copy of your book. I've been using this for my fiction and non-fiction and I've been getting pretty good results with it. So without further ado, I'm going to show you how you can use a recipe that has been created just for this. Now this recipe has been created by Darby Rowlands. He has it up in the community recipes for Jasper. Now this was intentionally or originally for non-fiction books, but of course yours truly always likes to push the boundaries to see how it can work for fiction books as well. So I've used it already for my fantasy and science fiction stories book that I released a couple months ago, and I'd like to walk you through how I did that and how it's been working for me. Now first things first, you can click the link in the description of this video and it will take you to the book recipe that you can use. Once you reach this page, you can see another video for the recipe. A description of what exactly the recipe does outlines the process for a quick catchy book blurb for your book, gives you the content of that recipe which you can just copy and paste into Jasper boss mode. And if you have Jasper connected already to your account, you can just click run and it will open up an entirely new document in Jasper where you can use it. So let's click and let's get started. So once it's started and it sets up the document, you will see that it tells you start here, answer these 6 questions inside the content brief, plus add your book title. So I've done that already up here, fantasy and science fiction stories book blurb, and it will ask you to answer these 6 questions in the content brief, which is, this is a book that will have 12 fantasy and science fiction stories that will be entertaining for readers who love the genre. So what's the concept? There will be different worlds they can explore, escape from reality for a few hours, amazing stories that they can enjoy and learn from, with no boundaries or limits to their imagination. They will get a variety from all the stories so they are never bored nor feel like they need new material. Readers of all ages who enjoy both genres will enjoy this immensely. Now the reason that we have these 3 asterisks is so that everything above the commands would not be taken into account when this action is launched. This action is telling Jasper to write a compelling book blurb about, in the IDA framework, about fantasy and science fiction stories volume 1. So this should be removed, and when this runs, it's going to check the information that's here and here to create its AIDA framework. So let's take a look and see what happens. Control Shift Enter. Alright, so it's completed. Oh, it still has a bit to go. Control J. One more time. Excellent. So we just had this created. The attention is Fantasy and Science Fiction Stories Volume 1 is a book with 12 stories that will have readers of all ages entertained. So just the name itself, along with the demographic, should bring attention to people who would enjoy such things. This book has something for everyone, whether you're looking for an escape from reality or just want to read about new worlds. There's no limits to your imagination when reading these stories. Readers will desire this book because it's a perfect way to spend an afternoon or even an entire weekend. So readers are going to love this. There's never a dull moment and you're guaranteed to learn something new from each story, which is true. It's very good that I picked it up and put it in the desire. So what are you waiting for? Pick up Fantasy and Science Fiction Stories Volume 1 today and start exploring. You won't be disappointed. So if you are too satisfied with what the output was, you can always go right back up. And what I like to do is I would normally separate it with the 3 asterisks and then run it again. Control Shift Enter. Control J to continue. So it seems like we got a simpler version. And again, we can try it again and see what comes out of it. Control J. Now this seems a bit more excited. Now keep in mind, this helps you build the structure of what could be a great blurb. It's always good to take certain elements, ones that really pop out to you based on how you know your audience, your reader audience, and try it out and see how it works for you. I've had situations where books weren't moving at all on certain stores, but then when I would change the description, the blurb, based on what Jasper would give me, sales would pick up organically. So this is definitely something you should take a look at. I have placed a link to the recipe below. And if you're now getting started with Jasper, I've also put the special where you can get 10,000 words to start for free. So imagine using these words for an already published book that you find is not really moving. You can actually use this tool, create a blurb, get those books more sales, and then Jasper basically pays for itself when you're ready to upgrade to the full version where you can write entire fiction and non-fiction books on it. I will be listing the videos you can check out for that after this video is completed. But before we go, let me show you a few more things you can do with this blurb recipe, and I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it. So here are some other options you can use with the recipe. Write an attention-grabbing sentence to introduce. You put your book here. In this case, it's fantasy and science fiction stories. So this would be a good sentence to start the hook off with, or to even create a Facebook post about it, where you get people to take a look, click on their respective bookseller, and go to the book to purchase a copy for themselves. You have write a catchy one-sentence hook based on your book, and you have the different hooks that have been created. Of course, you can always put more if you'd like. These are great for short content platforms like Twitter. Even Instagram is great. So something like a book with 12 fantasy and science fiction stories that will capture your imagination. Perfect. Fits. You can put a link, and then you can go ahead and get some eyeballs on your book with a very good description and blurb. Get some more sales. This is a fun one. Write a shocking fact or statistic that will catch your reader's attention. Did you know that half of Americans don't read books? Did you know that the average person only reads one book a year? And those are little things that, stop the scroll, catches somebody's attention, and gets them to check out what you have to say. You speak about your book. You give a call to action, start reading today, and use it in your interest like that. It goes a little bit more further in depth where Write a few short examples of who this book is for. You have some options here. Who love to read and enjoy fantasy and science fiction stories, who wants to explore different worlds. So this is perfect for even you to know how to speak to your audience of readers, what it is that you could expand on. You can easily put a command like expand on the sentence above, and let's see what happens. And you get a bit more of what somebody who is a reader of this would enjoy. Now this typically is pretty good for non-fiction, short examples of what you would learn in this book. I've always found for non-fiction bullet points of what somebody could learn or what somebody should expect in the book is pretty good in the blurbs to really give them an idea of what they get themselves into. But it works in the fiction because it gives some examples of what will make this exciting for them. Something that's going to kill the boredom, something that's going to immerse them in a world and experience for a few hours, something that they could really love, enjoy, and come back to when they're ready to go back into those different worlds. So you see, you'll get a taste of everything that the genre has to offer with 12 different stories. This is one that I like. Write 1 or 2 short paragraphs on why readers should read your book. So readers who want to escape reality for a few hours, enjoy amazing stories, and explore new worlds. There's something for every mood and whatever you're in the mood for. Captures your imagination and takes you on a wild ride through new worlds. Excellent, excellent copy that you can modify and use. Here's the action. Write a 1-sentence call to action. Pick up a copy, start reading today, you won't regret it. Write a 1-sentence call to action. If this, then that format. If you love to read and explore new worlds, then pick up a copy, you won't regret it. If you love to read, then pick up a copy today. So this is another way of doing the 1-sentence call to action, but using the format if this then that, which is a good format to create a logical jump for somebody who wants to ensure that this is giving them what they want. So if you are this kind of person or this kind of reader, then check this out because it will be something you would enjoy greatly. Here's another one. Write a catchy call to action to buy this book. Take you on a journey and leave you wanting more. Then this is for you. We'll tell 12 different stories to choose from. You'll never be bored again. So what are you waiting for? Buy now and start your adventure. Takes you on a wild ride. Escape reality. With stories that are entertaining, educational, and never boring, this is a must-have for any reader's collection. And here's the thing. I even use this recipe to help me with promotional content to advertise the book. So I took certain elements of each story and asked Jasper to create catchy one-liners for me. So here's one. Write a catchy one-liner for a story about 2 men trapped in an afterlife where they must find a demon warrior to escape. No one escapes from the underworld unscathed, not even 2 brave warriors. If they fail, they'll be stuck here forever. I did it again with this one. Let's take a look and see what happens. So I did this a few times and got some interesting results from it. There's a few more that you can check out. So I actually had one with, I wrote an excited email headers for the above. So using the same information you have here, you can make exciting email headers that you can use to promote your book to your own email audience, to any newsletter swaps that you have, and to just use it in general for, again, short form content that you may put it on. That's like Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok, you can use these words in captions while showing a portion of your book. What I find is really effective these days, it's page flipping through physical versions of your book. Um, Also, you can show yourself flipping through a Kindle version, tapping the screen to show um, different pages. It's not as effective, but the most important thing is giving everyone a visual experience of what they can expect. Very similar to what I'm doing with this tutorial, where I'm showing you how we can use Jasper to really flesh out and create the blurb that you would like, or the content to promote your book that you would like. So as you can see here, this was my final version that I put up on the Kindle store and the different stores that I have this book on. Thus far, the fans love the book, and I've gotten organic sales from people just finding this page, clicking it, and checking it out. As you can see, I actually created promotional material using the one-liners created by Jasper. Modified them a little bit on my end, of course, but nevertheless, the assistance I had provided gave me the ability to now produce this and put this on my website, put it up as an ad on Facebook, on Google Ads, as well as put it on my email banners. That gives readers a quick insight into what they'll be getting into, and then deciding to click the link to go to the bookstore's website and make the sale. So I just wanted to show that as well, with what you can do with the recipe and what you can do with Jasper. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me and the email listed below. And also let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want me to cover when it comes to Jasper and fiction writing. I have a few books in fiction and non-fiction that have been produced and published with the help of Jasper, and I can let you know about my experiences and how I found a nice balance and flow with the AI program. So with that, take care, and I hope you have an amazing day.